Hi guys, welcome back to This African Perspective. Thank you for stopping by. So guys, today the videos we're going to be checking out are videos on shrinkflation. So what we mean by shrinkflation is actually these companies that produce a lot of product actually make sure that they reduce the size of the stuff that we buy. Could be food, could be anything. Something that I was actually talking about, I heard some people actually talking about it, saying that, oh, have you guys noticed that with all these cookies companies, when they are making all the snacks, they actually make sure that they reduce the size of what you used to buy. Like before, you know, it's like a certain size, kind of big, but then all of a sudden it becomes so small. And then I was like, yeah, I noticed that. And they're like, hey, those people actually low-key reducing it. They don't even like increase the price and make it so visible for you to see, but they reduce and shrink the food that they're giving to you. I started watching all those videos. That was when I realized that, oh, they're doing it with every single thing. And then the worst part of this is that the price of these things are actually going high. So the prices are increasing, but the size of what we used to get is actually has been reduced. So we're going to be checking out these videos and see what people actually think about it. But before we get right into it, I want to give a big shout out to John White. Thank you so much for the super thanks that you sent to me, and it's multiple super thanks. I really appreciate all the support that you give to this channel, the constant support. Please make sure you click the like button. Liking this video actually helps with the algorithm, and I really appreciate that so much. Let's get right into this video.
Yep, the US is now officially a part of a dystopian nightmare as the government is taking away food sources for everyone. People were absolutely terrified when they started to notice how small food has gotten recently and how high the prices have been, with reports saying the greed of those corporations are costing people their lives. One TikToker went to the supermarket to find a fully unopened bag of chips that was less than a fourth filled.
Look at that. There's like 3 chips. There's 3 chips in the whole bag.
Others have gone to McDonald's to notice how small the fish sandwiches have gotten, to a Big Mac being the size of a slider, making this seemingly the smallest food has ever been in recorded history.
This is supposed to be a Big Mac, not a medium Mac, not a little Mac.
With BBC reporting that this shrinkflation will never end and only worsen, with studies saying the shock we feel now is here to stay even if the economy improves. However, companies deny shrinkflation completely and claim they are all working on bigger portions. But do you think that's true?
These are some of the craziest examples of shrinkflation. Ice cream bars not filling up the ice cream all the way. Midnight's putting way more space in between their chocolates. Girl Scout cookies gradually getting smaller over the years. Cadbury chocolate putting now bigger on their packaging, but it's actually the same exact size. Pringles chips are now getting smaller. The packaging makes it look like it's one big loaf, but it's actually 2 smaller pieces. Oreo reducing the amount of cream they put in their cookies. Nerf darts having a lot of extra space in their packaging that's just empty. Trader Joe's stopped filling up their sandwich cookies all the way. This unopened cheese stick looks like it was cut in half. Packages of gum have started adding a thumb grip in order to not give you an extra piece. Here's another example. Toblerone began adding extra space in between their chocolate mountains. Someone opened up their Lunchables and this was how much cheese was in there. Ramen noodles slightly decreasing the size of their flavor packets. Super glue bottles have an empty shell that takes up nearly half of the amount. Crayola has begun selling half-sized color pencils instead of the full one. The packaging on the Colgate toothpaste is extremely misleading. The dent size for Gatorade bottles has gotten way bigger. Klondike bars have literally no chocolate on the outer shell. Doritos bags used to be 9.75 ounces, now they're 9.25 ounces. Burger King used to have a deal where you get 10 chicken nuggets for $4.49, but now it's 8 chicken nuggets.
Major corporations are gaslighting us, trying to make us believe that what we are seeing is not real, that shrinkflation is not a real thing, or what some people call it, a stealth price rise. Shrinkflation is very real, and this is not the only company who has done it. By the way, their reasoning behind making the bottle look like this was not to change the prices. It was not to give you less. It was to make them more aerodynamic. Doritos used to be 9.75 ounces, 9.25 ounces now, same price. I think we all know cereal is doing it, and they've done it for a very long time. General Mills shrunk the family size boxes from 19.3 ounces to 18.1 ounces. That's like 10%. Cocoa Pebbles went from 20.5 to 19.5. Life cereal went from 24.8 to 22.3. Bounty changed the number of sheets that you get from 165 to 147. Just look. 52 fluid ounces. Used to be 59. And you know, these look the same. Do you know why that is? It's because they hollow out a thing so that the plastic is coming up on the bottom like that. So that it looks the same, so that you can't tell. Pringles, look at the difference. Look at that chip. Look at that chip. They had to change the packaging because the chips got smaller. And you know how the chips fit right in the thing. Not only that, but they start about here. Hang on, I'll show you a picture. Look.
Shrinkflation's not being talked about enough. We've gotten to a point where not only things are like quadruple the price, but they're also giving us half the product. They try to hide it in the most like small, minute ways, but you can always tell. Even if they're just skimming a little bit off the top, they'll do anything to make that extra little bit of profit. Even fast food has cut back so much, I can eat an entire McDonald's cheeseburger in one bite if I really wanted to. Not just the size or the quantity of things, it's also the quality. Restaurants, grocery stores, fast food places, it doesn't matter. Things taste different to me. Vegetables, meat, fruit, everything. There's something about it that just tastes off. Like chicken and beef. It's just disrespectful at this point. They really think we're stupid. And the thing is, I don't know if it's ever going to go back to normal. The fact that they've made record profits fooling people like this and we still buy it because we have to kind of tells me that this is never going to change. If it always comes down to quality or people over price and money being made, they're always going to choose the money being made. I swear, there was a time where you could go to the store or go to McDonald's with like $3 and feed yourself for at least a day.
Shrinkflation is getting out of hand. These are my favorite cookies. I love these. I think they're only in the States of Canada. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I feel so deceived. This is actually criminal. So I ate a lot of them. I pull it out. I eat one more. And I'm like, oh, let's see how many there are in there. Are you kidding? This is criminal. This is so deceiving. Obviously, I know makeup's been going through shrinkflation and stuff. It hasn't really bothered me that much. But this, I just feel so deceived. I feel so deceived because you take it out from the top. You don't see that there's less. And then there's less. Count your days.
Not only are these items getting reduced, to be honest, I think for some of them, they are also reducing the amount that is being given to people, and at the same time, they are still increasing the prices of those things. And when we apply this whole situation to actually other things of life, we'll notice that the quality of stuff that we used to even get before has actually tremendously reduced so much, and now you don't even get as much quality. Things have kind of reduced so much. It's either you're paying for something, you're paying a huge amount of money for to get something, and then what you're getting is so little compared to how it used to be before, and at the same time you're not paying the normal amount that you used to pay. So these are the things that we're actually facing and dealing with on a day-to-day basis.
Chips.
Today, the White House is announcing a new strike force tasked with cracking down on price gouging, and everything from groceries to prescription drugs is on the list.
Shrinkflation is when companies make the size of their products smaller without cutting prices. The size of some Oreo cookies has decreased by 6% since 2019, and a family size of Wheat Thins has dropped 12% in weight. Even some Charmin toilet paper rolls now have 20 fewer sheets.
Guys, okay, boo. Hey, listen, this is such an American crisis, okay? Oh no, my Costco sack of Oreos only has 15 pounds instead of 16. And now when I shit my pants, there isn't enough toilet paper to clean my fat ass. Yeah, you know, guys, you know what's not shrinkflating? It's celery, okay? Maybe you should try it sometime. By the way, if we're going to complain about toilet paper, let's talk about how every time I buy the toilet paper, it's like, hey, there's 8 rolls, but they're mega, so it's 10 rolls, but really it's actually 8 rolls again. Just tell me how many rolls there are and stop making me do math at CVS. And look, I do think it's a good political issue for Joe Biden to focus on. Because do you really think Americans will go to the polls to protect democracy? Hell no. But if you promise to restore the number of sprinkles on the Pop-Tarts, record turnout.
So we just opened this up, brand new, making lasagna. Oh, that's really full. How much is supposed to be in here? Oh yeah, 750 grams. Okay. Don't look like 750 grams to me. Cool, Dairyland.
Here's some of the best examples of shrinkflation that I've found. Doritos used to come in 9.75 ounce bags, but now they're packaged in 9.25 ounce bags, which is 11 less chips per bag. Mochi ice cream now has fewer calories, probably because they went from 9 ounces to 7.5 ounces. Pringles went from 200 grams to 180 grams, and now they're at 165 grams. This shareable pack of M&Ms went from 10.7 ounces down to 10 ounces, which is 22 less M&Ms. This one wasn't surprising. Powerade went from 32 ounces to 28 ounces. They're still charging the same price, of course. This is one of my favorites. So this salad dressing went from 14 ounces to 12 ounces, and the brand responded to this tweet by saying, "We made the decision to downsize the bottle due to consumers telling us that they don't finish the entire bottle prior to expiration date. I'd rather the brand just be honest and say, hey, it costs more to make the salad dressing, so we're gonna decrease the size of it." All right, back to shrinkflation. So this person bought a bottle of Febreze, and they found their old one. The new one was 37% smaller. Laughing Cow went from 6 ounces to 5.4 ounces. Costco kept their hot dogs at $1.50, but they decreased their premium paper towels from 1,026 square feet to 898 square feet. That's a decrease of over 12%. As you can see with these shop towels, they kept the same size, but they increased the cardboard in the middle. Very sneaky. And here we have some deceptive marketing from WD-40. Now 25 milliliters more, but it's actually 25 milliliters less. Dove soap continues to shrink over the years, and Campbell's Chunky Soup got a little less chunky.
So for some of these products that people are actually complaining of and saying what they got is actually small, I think sometimes there could be some production issue. I'm not saying this is something that is to everyone. We know that's just how some companies leave their stuff. The products they produce, they just let it be as little. They reduce it intentionally. But however, there are some that are actually reduced unintentionally. You know, when you're producing something, sometimes there could be some errors that could happen. Something could go wrong. So with that being said, some things are really maybe just an error, and the only way you can know, okay, this might be a product, like a problem as to what they produce, maybe they just had an issue with this one, is only when you notice that the rest are not the same, and maybe it's just the one you got or just one that you find there. But yeah, so that's just something to actually take note of.
Who is regulating these sprinkles? Because they're all kind of full, but then you look at this, you turn them over and look at this. There's not even none of these glitter ones. This is like empty.
These photos were used in a recent lawsuit. So if you look closely, you can see this is normally $1.48 per pound, but it was on rollback for 98 cents. It measured in at 15 pounds, 0.38 ounces. But look here, on the receipt, it actually got charged 23 pounds instead of 15 pounds. 1 pound at 98 cents a pound. So the rollback worked properly. They were charged the $22.76 that this was normally marked for, exactly the same, $22.76 and $22.76, so that at the rollback price, they just increased the poundage so that it equaled out to the same amount that it was going to be charged prior to the rollback. Here's another example of pork that was weighing in at 1.98 pounds, price per pound $5.17, and total price $10.24. When it was charged up, it was charged for 2.19 pounds at $4.67, so it did the rollback price and came out to the same total, $10.24, that it would have been before the rolled back price per pound, because they overcharged for the pounds in the exact amount to get the exact price that it would have been before their sale. Walmart still denies any wrongdoing, but has agreed to settle tentatively for $45 million. So customers who purchased eligible groceries sold by weight from Walmart between October 2018 and January 2024 may qualify for the settlement. So you can go to you can use that to find the link. Also, this is mouseprint.org. There's great information there, and that's where I looked all of this up, so definitely check it out. 5 more examples of deceptive packaging, and I'm going to start by breaking hearts. This is Ben & Jerry's. Normally 1 pint, 473 milliliters on the right, On the left, you can see 427 milliliters. But oddly, the same height. They look exactly the same size. It's filled right to the top, so how? No, you didn't. There's the one that was listed as a pint weighed in at 15.1 ounces. For those keeping score, there's 16 ounces in a pint. Here's number 2. This is the value size, 250 caplets. That sounds like a lot. I mean, what do I know? I can't see inside the packaging. Oh, wow, that's... wow. From another angle, just in case. Number 3. Well, this looks delicious. Let's see what's inside. Excuse me? What? Where did they go? This is the deli meat that you can buy at the dollar store, which is in the same container size that you would get in the grocery store, implying to most who are going about their business very quickly that it's the same container, but for less at the dollar store. That is not the case. There's just much less in there. And yes, for those who are going to come into my comments, it is clearly marked on the container. It's 6 ounces. But can you tell me how many slices 6 ounces equals and how many sandwiches that makes? Number 5, you cannot convince me that this was on accident. Free 50% versus 50 free tea bags. So the top one has 240 tea bags. The bottom one has 210 tea bags. But that 50 is not meant to imply that you're getting the same thing.
Let's talk about meats that are actually measured in pounds or some stuff that are being weighed. So at the end of the day, if you're buying it, some of the frozen products that you'll be buying actually have, like, they're frozen. So literally they have a lot of water in them. And maybe if you actually cook it or you maybe take away some parts from it, like some bones and some, you defrost it, at the end of the day you'll notice it is actually very little compared to what you went to go and pay for it. But based on the weighing, I feel like with that weighing there's just so many things that could be wrong when you're weighing a lot of stuff, because when you weigh it, when you go home and you're using it, the outcome of what you're getting is actually different. But it's just based on how it is. So I really do not like that idea of weighing stuff, because it's just, you might not just be getting the quantity of what you want, and that people have actually said that a lot, so I'm not the only one saying this. So the one that I actually think is funny to me whenever I hear it is some people actually saying that when they notice that their Pringles, they used to be able to put their whole hands inside the Pringles can, and then how they can't do that because they notice, oh my god, like they just have to put like just their fingers in it, just 2 fingers. That's when they knew that something is wrong. But yeah, that has really been reduced compared to the size it used to be, and that's just crazy. A lot of things have been affected like this. So we are experiencing shrinkflation plus price gouging and everything you could think of. Okay, so this is just a video just to show you guys what it's like to, what they're doing to the products that we're buying. But anyways, guys, that's it for this video. I appreciate you guys for watching this video to the end. Thank you so much. Make sure you please click the like button. It really helps with the algorithm, and I appreciate that. And subscribe to the channel if you're watching my video for the very first time. I appreciate you so much. Hit the notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.